podcast. I'm your host, Sam Scott. With me today is the boss man, Derrick, once again. What's good, D?
What's good, bro? What's going on?
Not much. How you been?
making it, making it. It's that time of year. Uh,
Definitely.
finals.
Finals. Crazy. One more game, or
I
maybe.
mean, man, look, I just want to get it over with. They're gonna tie. It is what it is.
It is.
Oh my god.
Technically, they didn't tie us because like their first five titles are with the other city they were in, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. And that was also when they were playing like nobody, and they get on
Yeah.
us all the time when we talk about R17. Oh, y'all got those with Bill Russell. I mean,
Yeah.
they had it before I think the league even combined with the ABA, right?
Yeah, we had like 8 teams in, but
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
it is what it is.
Still count. At least they were. At least they were in one city, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to the finals, let's talk the conference finals. We ain't talk. We have last time we talked, we were down like 0-1 or 0-2 to the Heat.
Yeah, bro.
That one hurt.
Look, man, I it hurt because we were, and I will continue to say this. I don't care who you know disagrees. We are technically the better team.
Yeah,
We're still the better team. It's just that I'm assuming Hayward wasn't 100%. I'm assuming Kimball wasn't
no,
100%. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They were the better team to play. You know.
yeah, and that's all that mattered at that moment. So
Yeah.
that's what I give it to them.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be petty about it, but I
They
just
had some big
wish Marcus Smart did not hit those threes the way he did in the
early
Toronto
on.
series, because that gave
Yeah,
him.
the Smart was killing me. I love
Yeah,
Smart too. Smart was killing me.
I love him, but that just that made no sense, man. Just stop hitting
Yeah.
all those threes. Just play when they play like they're supposed to play. Like no one's
And that's the problem, because they only play like that for maybe like little 5 minute intervals during the entire series.
yeah, and
And
you
they
can't
play
you
like
can't win a
that. Then
series
the
like that.
Heat might they play well, like get a lead. Then the Heat would hit like three tough shots, and then they just like kind of fold.
It's because they got comfortable.
Definitely.
They got
And
comfortable,
to the
especially
Heat,
Smart.
Heat crowd, they have some very like they have some balls too. I
They
give it to them.
do. They do.
Tyler Hero is crazy. That dude
Man,
almost gave us like 40 off the bench one.
bro, I didn't he set like some type of record,
Yeah, it's like the
30
most
points or something
playoff
like that?
points for a rookie off the bench or off the
Yeah,
bench period. He had like
yeah.
37.
That was crazy, man. I
That
mean,
dude was
he was.
unconscious that game.
Yeah. I love watching Tyler Hero. I just
Yeah,
don't like watching him when he's
that was
doing that
my
against
UK
us.
guy. Exactly. And then Bam was like the biggest mismatch in the world for us too. At the
That
but even
just
then, but like him just being a mismatch wasn't just the only issue. Is that he was actually performing like incredibly well at that. That dude
yeah,
had like the best series of his life against us on
he
like both
did.
ends.
He did. And there's something about the Celtics where players that don't normally do stuff like that,
Yeah,
when they play against the Celtics, we just bring it out of them. I,
facts.
I don't Middleton, I still don't know how in the hell he plays like Michael Jordan when we
I'm
play
so
him.
I'm so sick of Middleton.
I hate him.
At least Bam does against other teams too. He was killing Milwaukee.
Yeah, he was. He was. Much credit to him, man. I think I really think that Robert Williams showed a lot in that series. And I think
Yeah.
that we're gonna end up seeing, I don't know how you feel, but I'm almost at the point where I want to see him start.
I'm almost there.
I'm almost at that point where want to see him start, because Daniel Tice is just getting all these fouls. Not that Tice is a horrible starter,
Yeah,
but
Tyson's just too. He's a
it's
little
those
too tiny
fouls.
for certain guys.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to certain matchups, I would like to see him start, and I would have
Yeah.
liked to see him start against Miami.
I wish Grant was like 2 inches taller. He'd be the perfect guy to start too.
Yeah. I think I see both of them having coupled with, I mean, also paired with Romeo Langford. I see them all
Yeah.
three having a bigger role next season. Um,
Hmm.
not sure what that role would be, but I don't see how you can't give them any more minutes.
Definitely.
Especially, and you see Romeo was coming in, like especially game. I think it was game two when he actually went out with that injury. I
Yeah.
think Brad was about to insert him to do what Gordon Hayward was.
Romeo is so good, like defensively, if nothing else, too.
Yeah, yeah, defensively, with passing. He's not afraid to go inside the paint, which is what I think was
Nah.
a major point of putting him in so early game
Hmm.
two. Um, it's just that he got hurt. I
Yeah.
expect big things from him next year.
That's
He's
his
just
whole
that.
season just being hurt. He just needs a
Yeah,
clean bill of health, and they're coming to camp healthy, I hope,
yeah,
or at
yeah,
least semi-healthy enough to work out with the actual team instead of because he was like G League or just rehabbing a lot last summer. So
yeah, yeah. I like him now. I like him now. But
definitely,
congratulations to Miami.
yeah, they earned it. So it is
They
what it
did.
is.
They did.
Shout out Kelly,
Yeah.
Game 7 legend. Jay Crowder, not so much, but shout
Bro,
out Kelly.
look, man. Kelly Olynyk. I love Kelly Olynyk, man. I love him. I really didn't want to see him go, but I know the contract just wasn't, it made no sense for us to hold him and not
Yeah,
have that. He did at least deserve to have what he got paid. So,
yeah,
but
definitely.
Crowder, I don't know what it is. Like I love Crowder, but
He just like irritates me a lot lately.
yeah, yeah. And
Crowd,
you know what? I think this season was when I just started coming back around to liking him again, because after that whole incident in Cleveland with Hayward,
yeah.
had the accident. I was cussing him out and everything, because you just don't undercut, like, as a vet, like, you should know when someone's in the air, don't get under them. And
Yeah.
that just pissed me off so much. But I don't follow him and everything, bro, on social media. I'm not messing with him. But like, I think the last year I came back around to, it is what it is. I don't
Yeah.
even think he did it intentionally, but it's
Uh,
just,
he was irritating me. So he kept trying to like beef with Jalen and try to like get rough with him
what
for no
was
reason.
that? Like, what was that? Like, Jalen wasn't even feeding into it, and he was
And then,
trying to still provoke Jalen
like
to.
game 3, he kept trying to like get tough with him, and then he just
Yeah,
got scored on.
yeah. And they're boys, like, like, that's so it's just, I don't know, that didn't even make sense. That didn't even make sense. But yeah, shout out to Miami, man.
Oh, well,
Eric Spoelstra, to
incredible.
me, he has proven he is
Absolutely.
at minimum top three.
I'll be the first to say I was wrong about him. So I discredited well, not like discredit because he did some good, but I kind of chalked a lot of his success up to LeBron and Wade because
I did too.
that's all we had to go off like the longest time.
I did too, until they went through that rebuild. Like,
Yeah,
once they started going through a rebuild, that's when I started paying attention to what they were actually doing. And
exactly.
I wanted to see, like, to me, I think we've talked about this before, but coaches to me show that they can, like, really coach when they have the bare minimum.
The bare minimum facts.
Yeah, and that's why Brad Stevens right up there for me, and
Mm.
why I don't have Steve Kerr as a top 10 coach in the league, right? Like, everyone was saying, like, he was, like, next to Greg Popovich when they were getting these championships. And I mean, no, it's not to discredit him, because I know he's still a great basketball mind, but to put him up that high when you have Steph, Clay, KD,
KD,
Draymond, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
you can't do that. So, but yeah, Eric Spoelstra, easily top three. If you don't have him up there, you don't know what you're watching when you watch basketball.
and my favorite thing about the Heat in general is that they're just like super, super disciplined in everything.
Yeah,
Like you kind of see how when the Celtics get up 20, they start to get comfortable, and if they get down a good bit, they kind of get a little frustrated and lazy or discomforted, and you see the Heat go down 15, they just stay the process the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just gradually claw, whether they're up big, down big, they're just going through that same process all
Yeah.
game long.
That,
And their guys are never scared, rattled, and it's just awesome.
that
Jimmy could have
is
like
I'm sorry, go
Jimmy
ahead.
could have like I said Jimmy could have like 5, 6 points, and the
Hmm.
team be down, and he's still just doing all the little things, even if he's not scoring.
Yeah.
And the way the players like just cling to that too, and really
Mhm.
seem to respect him and
Yeah.
respect what just everybody's on the same page. Like it's awesome to see. It reminds me of the Warriors a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's
And they
like
play
you
like the
aren't
Warriors a
winning.
little bit.
It's like you aren't winning the title or getting to the finals unless you have a team that plays that type of way.
Yeah. I think that the ability to do that, that is to me what the Celtics just need to continue to work on. That's
Absolutely.
literally it. Like you can see it through through the season where they would be down, and I think I have PTSD from the last 2 or 3 seasons where we would get down and you would know we were done. Like there was no coming back, especially with
Yeah.
Kyrie there. But once we like this squad, even if they were down, you can see during the regular season
They
if
still
they're
have some
down,
fight in them.
they fought and got back in. There was no
Yeah.
panic. I saw a little bit of that during the playoffs, but once we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, it seemed like that was it. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of like fizzled out. So if they can just work on that, like
That's
if nothing else, I just want them to learn that from Miami. That's it.
definitely.
That's it.
I think it's much. I think it's a maturity thing too, because I
Yeah.
think we saw it with the Raptors a lot.
Yeah.
I think having a vet leader or that vet as maybe like the best player or so really sets the tone for that, which is why so with the Raptors you saw when they got down, Lowry was he's really grown up a lot too.
He really has.
He used to be the one who used to like kind of fizzle out or panic, but now for the Raptors he was that steadying guy who whenever they go down he just him and Baca, Van Vliet, they still go through the process and get them back.
Yeah.
He go down, you see Jimmy, Dragic keep their heads up and keep going with the process.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So I think for us,
respect him.
I think I tweeted this or when like a thread about this other day. That if Tatum is going to be the best player, I think he has to become that guy who just settles everything when they get a little disjointed. You can kind of see in him sometimes when they start that he gets a little frustrated
Yeah.
and starts maybe complaining a lot or just visibly you can just see it in his face how like what his mood is at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. That I definitely don't like that. I also, especially when you're in transition, like
Yeah,
you can't. I know when refs miss calls, and they miss a lot of calls.
yeah.
You've got to get back on defense and not argue with with
And
the
not
referee.
argue, not throw your hands up, not look at the ref because that's either getting us a bucket or he's gotten a lot of taps for that too. I know.
Yeah, yeah, and it's costly. So I
Yeah,
mean, he's what 22.
yeah.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
All NBA at 22, he's fine.
Yeah. Between them, I think like what you just said earlier, I think we're just missing that vet. To me,
Exactly.
if we just change the mindset a little bit, not change it, but improve.
Just keep growing.
Yeah,
Just stay the
improve
course,
it.
pretty much.
Yeah, just stay the
Because
course.
they're really, because to their credit, to be the as young as they are, they're really a mature team at that. So
Yeah, I mean they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice in the last
exactly. So they still
2 or 3
handle
years.
pressure really well.
Yeah,
I'd like to say
yeah, they're good, man. They're
that's
good.
true.
They're good.
It's just little things like that. I said. So I said with Tatum, he has to kind of. So you can see when he starts sluggish, the whole team kind of picks up on it and starts a little sluggish themselves.
Right, right. And then rushing
So
shots.
yeah. So like
That's a big thing.
those like those games like maybe 4, 5, and 6 where he kind of had the slow first halves. You saw the whole team kind of struggle off it, but then you would have a guy like Jalen give us a boost,
I
and
don't think Jalen gets enough credit.
yeah,
I don't think
Jalen's
he
a tough
does.
guy.
He is. He is. He I know Tatum is arguably the best player on the team, skill wise.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah, but what Brown brings to the table is that aggression with the skill, and
Yeah,
I think it confused me as to why he wasn't in the early part of the series wasn't included in the final quarter of the game 7.
yeah.
I
And I
don't.
think that kind of and that little boiled over for him after game two, because I think that's one of the points him and Marcus were arguing about in the locker room, which was
Yeah.
valid because a lot of the reporters and stuff were reporting to points in the game where he was getting looked off for plays, or even you could see, I think, late late first half game two where him and Kimba started like cooking and hitting a lot of shots. And then the
Hmm.
last 2 minutes, they kind of iced them out of it and like killed the offense. Whether it was
Yeah.
Tatum and Smart bringing the ball up court and
And
slowing down
holding
and
on
stopping
to
the
it.
movement. Yeah,
That
and
just
when
it doesn't make any sense.
when we were attacking their zone, we worked best with guys like those two getting their head down and going downhill and getting in the paint, going to the rim,
Hmm.
drawing fouls, getting in transition.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah.
got like, and Jalen's not a guy where you need to give heavy touches to. I think like you don't give him the ball like you do Tatum and say go do something
Yeah.
because he's not like that type of player. But he's a guy that you keep involved in the offense a steady amount during the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Whether
mean,
he's shooting or he's cutting, driving, or you just involving him to make an extra pass here and there.
yeah.
He's just a guy that you keep involved instead of just sitting him in the corner somewhere.
Which I mean, it makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah,
Dude is he's dynamic. Like again, like you said, we just need a vet, man. We need a vet, and
yeah,
that to me is what I'm more so focused on in this off season, like who we could actually get.
definitely.
I would love Ibaka.
Me too. I love a PJ Tucker too. If I'm not sure his situation this summer or
Yeah,
this
I don't
offseason,
even
not
know
this
what
summer.
his
So
contract is, but Ibaka I know is a free agent. I
yeah.
know he might be a little expensive. He just got a
Hmm.
championship. But I don't know, man. I'd be willing. I think I would be willing to move on. I'd definitely be willing to move on from Poirier. Um, Ojale, as much as it hurts me to say that, I think it is time for him to go.
Definitely.
And if we need to move Wanamaker, I'm fine with that. I love having Wanamaker though because of his size. Like having
Yeah.
Kimba as your point guard and having Wanamaker as the backup, the size just makes sense. You know,
Hmm.
he has that toughness that Larry has. So
When
it
he's
kind of
out there
makes sense.
that's when Smart is on the bench with him too, and they're both
Yeah,
out there together, like man in the second unit.
yeah. I mean, but I could see where they could move him.
Yeah.
But something like that happens, I'd be fine with going to get Lowry. I mean not Lowry, but Ibaka.
Yeah.
I would love to
Maybe
get
like
him.
a just a bench, like a couple veterans to add to the bench. Our bench is really
What do
just
you think
young
about
at the.
IT?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I know I've been advocating to bring him back for like the last 2 years, right? I've been mad vocal about that.
Yeah, I could see him coming back and playing a lot, but if he do come back, I could see him being just like a cool vet to have around. Maybe if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think because he just got that procedure done
Yeah.
on his hip, and then I mean it makes sense as to what happened with him with the hip, why he they explain like why he was favoring I think he was his favoring his right side a lot more. Um,
Hmm.
bro, if we could get Ibaka and IT, you have Isaiah running with Marcus Smart and Ibaka with Romeo Langford and Robert Williams. Like
And we got 3 first round picks to play around
yeah,
with, and like dangle
yeah,
those and some trades too, which I
yeah.
think should be the preferred
Which
option.
I would prefer trading all those picks to be completely
Me,
honest.
me
I
too.
don't. There's no point in us drafting anyone.
Either trade them and move up,
Hmm.
or just keep one and trade the other two for like a player, a veteran, or somebody that adds to the bench.
Exactly.
So we
Exactly.
can't afford to bring in 3 new rookies and
Nah.
like expect them to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh. JJ Redick. JJ Redick. If we get,
That's it.
I know this is gonna be kind of expensive. Just saying this, but off the top of the head, but and Danny Ainge did say they're willing to go into the
Yeah. And
luxury
we
tax.
need shooters. He's a shooter. Off ball doesn't need touches.
Get JJ Redick. Okay, so I'll revise this. Maybe we don't get IT. Maybe we don't. But if we don't, JJ Redick, Ibaka, um,
Noel, Nerlens Noel, he's a free agent, I think.
knows
He'd
Noel.
be
And
he'd
he's
be
from
pretty
Boston,
cheap
right?
too. Yeah.
I mean, those
He's
three
only
would be.
20. He's only 26.
He's 26.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Oh, that would fit perfectly.
Still super young,
Yeah.
athletic,
That and a cheap contract,
cheap.
like you said. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that would make
Hmm.
sense. That would make complete sense. If you get JJ Redick with Nerlens Noel and Ibaka, I'm fine with that. I think
Me too.
run that, we'd be good, man. I love
Yeah.
Thomas though. If we could figure out a way.
I said, or PJ Tucker for cheap if Houston is
Yeah,
ready to break up
yeah,
that group and move on.
yeah, yeah.
What do we do about Hayward?
Keep him another year, bro. Like there's no reason to move him. There's no reason to move him right
I'm
now.
with him.
I
I'm with.
because
If we're not gonna get like an immediate upgrade or great package back, just keep him. Don't
it
trade him
makes
for
no
the sake of
sense.
trading him.
You know who someone mentioned this to me earlier this week. They said we need to trade Marcus Smart and Hayward to go get Rudy Gobert.
Absolutely not.
I don't. I was sitting. I was like, I just busted out laughing because I said, if we do that, you're removing the defensive anchor away from the team. That makes no sense.
Exactly.
Now, if you're
For
saying
not
you could do Hayward for Gobert and figure out the money thing, okay,
maybe you'd entertain that.
maybe I'd entertain
Maybe.
it.
But
But
even then, I prefer the spacing and just shot making and playmaking we have on offense compared to just getting another big body for the sake of having one.
right,
It's an expensive one at that.
a very expensive one. Like I don't see it. And to be
The one,
completely honest, no, go ahead.
no, go ahead. What you say?
I think Hayward mentoring Romeo Langford is going to be phenomenal. Like that's already been happening this season, but having them on the court together, like I think it's going to provide a lot of movement that people haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen.
Because I think Hayward did a lot for Jalen and Tatum game this season too. Finally being on the court a lot with both of them.
He did,
Just another ball handler, a passer, another shooter,
yeah,
guy
and
who
well on
plays his
defense.
role, attracts a decent amount of attention on offense.
Yeah, yeah. I don't understand the Hayward slander. I
Yeah,
understand the
I understand
frustration.
the frustration. That's why I'm at.
Yeah,
Just
I
wanting
can.
a guy to just I just want a guy who's if we're gonna trade him, just somebody reliable. But
Yeah,
again, if we don't trade him and stand pat, that's cool too.
yeah. There's no need to now. Like again, like you said, if it's not someone that's coming in and immediately moving the needle, there's no reason to do it.
Exactly.
And to be
The
completely
one,
honest, I think we can keep him even after the season for a cheap contract. Like I
yeah,
think
if
he's
he's
signed
ready.
for. Yeah, I think
The
he's
one
signed for
deal
a
I
chip deal.
would entertain, I saw a rumor floating around was Hayward, a pick, and maybe like some filler to Indiana for Oladipo and Turner. You're not on board with that one.
No, no, because because like Oladipo, like he's a great talent. Like
But he's
I
coming
understand
off an injury too,
he's just coming off injury. So
and
what
he's a
what
free, and he's in a contract season.
so we're gonna pay Tatum, Brown, Kimba, Hayward. I mean, if we keep him, if we don't keep him, but Smart. Let's say
Yeah,
Hayward's gone. Smart, and then Oladipo.
yeah,
That's gonna make us top heavy, and we won't have like enough movement for
yeah,
the bench. We're already like the bench needs to be improved anyway. So
yeah.
the Oladipo trade rumors didn't make any sense to me. Now Miles Turner,
See,
I don't
that's
know
an
how
intrigue.
expensive he would be.
he's not. What is his? I think he makes like maybe around 15-ish. I think.
Wow.
I'm not sure. I have to look it up. But I think that would be the one. If we get both of them, that's the one package I would probably wouldn't be all the way opposed to, because it's like we get, if Depot is healthy and he buys in, I think he kind of replicates Hayward's skill set a little bit.
A little bit.
But
Yeah.
again, but again, there is he's like a good defender, shooter, passer. But there is the injury concern, and guys are saying that he's not the same player, and that he's not going to be the same player before he was.
I mean, you could see toward the tail end of the season, like before. Not. I'm sorry. Before the wait, he didn't when they got back into the bubble. When they got into the bubble, you could see a little bit of him still trying to knock off that rust.
Yeah,
It's gonna take a long time, and not to say that he wouldn't be worth bringing in for a team, but with our structure, I don't see
yeah,
how that works right now. I really don't. And like we're gonna move on from a guy that's been injured pretty much every year since he's been in Boston
another
to a
guy coming
guy
off
that
injury,
just comes off an injury.
and
I'm good.
again in a
And
contract year,
the
and that's
contract,
only
nah,
yeah.
I'm good. I'd rather stand pat than do that. Like
And then the
I
Miles,
love Oladipo, but
yeah, then the Miles Turner thing. I'm so iffy on him. It's
me
like
too.
he's a guy that I don't really necessarily care for. So I don't think his rep matches the player he necessarily is.
Yeah.
But if by some coincidence they do bring him in, then I would I'd roll with it if they brought him in. But I'm not gonna press for them to bring him in, if that makes sense.
So let's say hypothetically we got Miles Turner. Who
If
we
we
moving
got
on from?
him, it'd be
Because
moving on from Hayward.
well,
And
I'm
that's the only
saying the
thing.
five though, like who we like because if we're rolling with automatically we're rolling with Tice and Robert Williams, right? Do you move
Yeah,
on from Ennis Cantor and Poirier?
I
I,
think
I
so.
I understand the Cantor. I understand the frustration with Cantor defensively.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it because I was pissed off with him a couple of times in the playoffs. But
There's some matchups that he does like help with though. All biases aside.
offensive rebounding, if I'm not mistaken, it went up
Yeah.
significantly this year.
And it's a
Him being
handful of
there.
games that them little 5 minute spurts he played really helped us get back in the game or stayed in the game by him just getting them extra boards and points too.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and
he's kind of a double edged sword. He's just a situational guy you play.
he's a situational guy, and I like having him on the team. I
Yeah.
and Taco Fall, I don't like. You gotta love Taco. I
Yeah.
don't see him getting any significant time.
No.
I really don't. Like that's a real situational thing too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of worked with Toronto in that first. Was that game one or game two? No, game three. I'm sorry, against Toronto, where he was guarding that
Brad tried
inbound pass.
Brad tried to get too cute and threw him in there.
I understood it, made sense, but
At least throw him in the paint in that situation or something. What
yeah,
do you got the inbound for? The
yeah,
point five left.
yeah,
Come on, Brad.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I think I would prefer Nose Noel over Miles Turner.
Yeah, I think we could try and sell high and low. Just got a shot, block, rebound, move his feet pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, and
Maybe he
contractually
develops
a
some
little less.
semblance of a jumper,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
just, or at worst, it replicates everything Tice gives us for again cheap and is a
for
little
sure.
taller.
Yeah, yeah. I think it works for us contractually too. I'd rather roll with that, especially when we're about to pay Tatum.
Yeah, definitely. He's about to get the big max.
Oh,
He deserves it too, all the
he
way.
does definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Give him a lifetime. Give him a 10-year deal for all out here.
Hey, I'm with it. I want to see him get that Patrick Mahomes deal, bro.
Give it to him right now. what is he? 22. Sign him till he's 30. There we
So,
go.
yeah, get him to 30, mid 30, somewhere in there, and
There
then
we go. Who
spread it
cares?
across.
Exactly. Work out the kinks when they get here.
Yeah, we'll be good.
So, for the other news, our guys back. Our guys employed again after being fired for like 3 days.
Was it even three? Like,
It might have been three at the most.
I
The
don't, man.
Clippers the Clippers let Doc go. He was at Elton Brand house watching the game, eating dinner like the next day. Nasty.
Bro, you know what? The Sixers are starting to piss me off at this point. Like they really just want to replicate Boston this bad. Like
Oh
I
man.
think Doc Rivers is a phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
I don't even think he should have been fired. I knew he was going to, but I don't think he should have been fired for that.
That's probably not. That probably wasn't on
It
him, but it's
it
whatever.
wasn't. More so Paul George. And
And
Kawhi
Kawhi.
Leonard.
Don't
And
you leave
Kawhi.
out Kawhi.
No, and Kawhi. But more so I blame Paul George more so. Um
Yeah.
but I mean I'm glad he got back, he got another job. I just the Sixers just confuse me.
I don't
They
know what kind
they
of
don't know what they're
direction
doing.
they don't.
They don't know this. They
Like
don't even know what's going on.
I think they're looking for dots to kind of maximize Ben and Embiid. I think he'll find a way for them to play together better than Brett Brown did.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of just like raising their overall ceiling, I don't know how much that goes. They need a whole roster rehaul around those two, honestly.
Bro, if you don't have shooters, this isn't gonna work. I don't
Yeah,
care
like
if Red
like they
Auerbach is there.
they desperately need to find a trade partner for Horford. I keep hearing names like Drew Holiday in the mix for them or Chris Paul, but it's like, are those teams taking Horford
Those teams are not taking
for
Horford.
those players? Like,
Mm-mm.
I guess the Pelicans could use him as a mentor, but not at the price that he's on though.
Not no. I heard Sacramento was a possibility. I think for like Buddy Hield or someone like that.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't not that I don't see Horford being traded, but I don't see what team outside of a trash team is just going to take the contract. And like
that
I
because the
hate,
trash team can just absorb him, then maybe like cut him after that first season.
yeah, like I hate it for him too. Like I'm hoping there's some type of way they can find a way to buy him out.
Yeah,
To be honest, and whether he comes back to Boston or not, like I want him to be able to get a buyout and leave
and if he
Philly.
gets the buyout, he still gets all that money,
He
just
still gets
like
all the
more
money.
spread out.
Yeah.
so he might retire and still be getting paid for like another 2 years.
like Kevin Garnett. Like Garnett was, I think this year was his final year being paid from the Celtics.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no, Josh Smith just got finished being paid too.
Josh Smith. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
he just finally got all that Pistons money.
yeah. Yeah, hey man, when you can finesse the game, I love it, man.
I
I
love it.
I just don't want to see Horford end up in a situation where um he's not being utilized. He's not having a chance to compete. Like I would almost rather him find a way to get traded or get a buyout and even go back to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if that's the case, I'd be fine with it, man. I just want better for him. And like
definitely.
I know again, I understand why he took the money. You know, you're not leaving that money on the table, and no one else is going to offer him that contract at that time. But um, God, if he just waited like one day, he wouldn't even be in
Right.
that position, man.
That
Like I hate that for him.
right. Danny would have could have worked something out, or somebody would have worked something out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I almost feel like Sacramento is like a foregone conclusion for him.
I think so.
Yeah, I hate that too. But it almost feels like that's the only logical spot at this point.
Definitely. So we'll see how that works out for Horford. Let's see. I thought Dan Antonio was gonna take the Sixers job. Honestly, I really wanted to see how that one worked out.
I was gonna do anything.
That would have been such a bad fit.
Doc Rivers, it makes sense to bring Doc in because he was the best available coach, like of the ones that just got fired or whatever. Definitely the best one. But again, this roster needs to be revamped. So I don't
Definitely.
see how he goes any further than the first round.
First,
It's
second
just
round.
not. I like second round. He'd be lucky to get the second round. If you don't have a
Bryce.
team of shooters, like what are you doing? Even if Ben Simmons was healthy, they weren't winning that season that series against the Heat
No,
at all.
their roster was just too flawed, and
Yeah,
they didn't gel at all either.
at all. And you can see some guys just didn't buy in as well. So
It's,
it's kind of it's that was just a perfect storm. That really was. They have a lot of stuff going against them. Um, but it'd be nice. It'd be from a basketball perspective, it'd be good to see them figure it out.
yeah,
Just from a basketball fan perspective, it would be good.
they have that because they have like Ben and Embiid are too great of a talents to sit here and be wasted like this so early on in their career.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really do see Embiid getting traded, bro. I don't see
I
this
just
working out. I don't see it
I
working
hope not because that's like a scapegoat and they're letting themselves off the hook for ruining this. But he seems to really enjoy being in Philly.
Yeah, he does. But I don't.
But
I don't see how you even like because between the two, Embiid is the one that you will let go. Like
I think so. Maybe I'm not. I go back and forth on it all the time.
they both have great strengths. They really do.
Yeah,
But like if
but
I'm
it's like I think Simmons would be better paired with like a Jokic or a Cat, like a
yeah,
shooting bid,
yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe Ben would be like how we say Giannis needs a shot creator,
Hmm.
scoring guard wing next to him.
Yeah, yeah. Because I honestly I don't see like Embiid is he's a hard worker, but his
Hmm.
conditioning is horrible.
Yeah,
And at this point in his career, it should not be like that. Like I could
yeah.
understand
So
it
he
maybe the first year, but we're what this is what year 4 or 5 for him,
I
6 somewhere around
think
there.
let's see, 17, 18, 19, year 4.
4.
Yeah,
So it shouldn't be like that at this point.
yeah.
It just shouldn't,
And he's
especially
relatively healthy like
leader.
lately too. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but
uh,
I could see him getting traded, and everybody
I can see it.
Miami, but I don't see Embiid and Adebayo.
Anybody that trades that star to Miami is gonna ask for Bam.
Yeah,
So when you say the Embiid to Miami and the Giannis to Miami, they're not trading for Tyler Hero
not at
and
all.
scraps.
Nah,
No,
nah.
they want Bam. They're gonna ask for
Yeah,
him.
it's not like they're going to be able to get Embiid
No,
for
you're not
Crowder.
getting Embiid for Crowder, Iggy, Kelly, and Hero
It's
and
not
Dr.
happening.
Robinson. No, it's
Nah,
sorry.
it's not happening. It's not
They're
happening.
gonna ask for Bam, and
I don't even
you're
think it
not
would. I don't even think it would make sense for Miami to do it.
not with the way this roster is set up.
No, this roster is perfect. They just need to add someone in free agency that
Yeah,
you know complements these guys well. That's it. That's
definitely.
it.
Where do the Clippers go from here in in their coaching search? I kind of want them to hire Ty Lue, honestly.
It
Not to
makes
be funny, but
sense.
I just want to see him get another coaching year.
Ty Lue makes the most sense to me between him and
All
Sam
jokes aside,
Cassell.
all jokes aside, I don't think he's like a big X and O guy, but I
Yeah,
think he's a guy who players like generally like and respect because
yeah,
he's one of them.
yeah. I don't know this roster.
Because they seem to really love him and all jokes aside, all the coat hanger and the
Mhm.
bronze friends. So they seem to really like him in Cleveland, except
Yeah,
Kyrie, but
yeah.
Kyrie is Kyrie.
Kyrie's Kyrie. Like that's. But honestly, like the Clippers, I almost feel like it's a possibility that they could get rid of some of the guys on the roster.
Oh, Trez. Oh no, Trez out the door.
Yeah,
He
Trez.
number one. He's a free agent. He's not getting the big money he's gonna ask for by
Yeah,
Trez.
no,
And
no.
you were trying, and he's trying to do defensive liability that like Joker was killing all series at that.
Oh man, he picked him apart.
Yeah, that got ugly.
That was illegal, bro. um, I don't know. I almost see like Lou Williams being gone too.
I can see that.
I could see him going.
I think you definitely got to retool around. I think Morris is gone, Trez is gone, Zubat stays,
Yeah, yeah.
Lou will. I can see him gone. Shamit, he probably still, but he got like really, he got all his minutes cut second half of the season, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a really good shooter.
knockdown shooter. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
play. You gotta give him. Gotta find a spot somewhere for him.
Shoot, I'd take him in Boston. I like.
Definitely.
I know people would get tired of me saying that, but about different players. But yeah, hell yeah, I take Shamit. Like he's.
Definitely.
I honestly don't see why Philly even traded him. Tobias
Yeah,
Harris was a good player in LA, but you know, 100. Well, he got 130 million, something like that.
man, he got what? Yeah, about 130, 140. He got one of the highest paid players in the league.
He stole from the NBA. Like,
Top 10 biggest contract.
yeah, man. I don't know. But I think I could almost see them going through a soft reset a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
this
They still
sucks.
they're gonna be competitive because they have Kawhi, so they're
Yeah,
gonna be in the midst. But just for that playoff hump, they need
yeah,
those reliable guys who can
yeah,
defend, knock down their shots,
yeah, yeah.
make
Like
the smart plays.
Patrick Beverly to me is one of the most overrated players in the league.
Absolutely.
You know, uh, they needed to go ahead and you know,
I see them cutting him loose too.
yeah, I can see. I would most definitely cut him.
But you can
Most
upgrade.
definitely.
Like the
Yeah.
freaking Rockets traded Chris Paul for him.
Yeah. I see why. Like honestly, okay. Isaiah Thomas, I think could end up being with the 76ers or the Clippers. I could see him ending up with one of those teams.
I just see him being a spark plug for the team that year.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see him going with one of those teams because
So,
it would kind of make sense. It would make sense. You know, my heart, I want him in Boston, but like it would make sense for them to add him in LA. If
yeah.
you're getting rid of, let's say you moving on from Patrick Beverly, Isaiah Thomas could slide right there
Or moving on
from
from
Lou
Lou Will.
Williams. Yeah, one of those
Same thing.
guys. Plug him in. You know, I think he'd be good. They wouldn't
Right.
be as high defensively from at least from the second unit,
Yeah,
but
but that wasn't the
you could,
bench strong suit anyway.
yeah, you could figure something out. Like I think they could move on from someone. Like let's say they move on. Of course, Harold's out the door. If you go bring in some, I don't even know who's a free agent at this point. This whole time period has just messed me up.
Same.
But I
I keep referring to free agency as the summer, and we're about to be in like
yeah.
October.
um, but I think they could bring in someone to help defensively if they have Isaiah Thomas on the bench, similar to what
Yeah,
we did in Boston, where they helped him with Avery Bradley or
Crowder.
Crowder. Yeah, who Avery
Yeah,
Bradley?
Smart. Yes.
If Bradley is not with the Lakers, maybe they go and get him. Like
Maybe. They already had him one time. He didn't work out so well. Though.
that's right, they did have
He
him
had
one.
a really like down year.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was. Well, he was definitely injured that year because he's almost been like injured every year he's been in the league. But
Yeah.
yeah, that sucked for him. That sucked. But I mean, Morris might. I think Morris makes sense of staying there.
He just stick around.
Yeah,
Just had to
yeah,
stop trying to fight Luca and whatnot.
yeah. Oh God, yeah. I love Morris,
uh,
man.
yeah. That's definitely a interesting situation to keep an eye on. Let's see who else has open. Where do the Nuggets go from here? I
Ooh,
think they kind of overachieved a bit this season,
they definitely they
but at
definitely
the
proved
same
a lot this
time, they
year.
had guys who Murray made the leap like
Yeah,
big time in front of everybody. So
yeah, yeah.
gotta
There's
salute that.
yeah, yeah. They just need to
Back
add
against
another
back
veteran,
against
I
the wall,
guess.
that dude was going for 40, 50 points.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
dude is
No,
crazy.
I loved it. I love seeing that them do that. I don't know who
I
they really need to
I
add this.
think Michael Porter is gonna be a stud going forward once he figures out playing defense in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. I I was looking forward to seeing them next year just for Michael Porter Jr.
Absolutely. So
I
Paul
didn't know.
Millsap is gone next year.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel it's safe to say. What's his name? Grant, Jeremy Grant.
yeah. I think they said
He's
they're
a
gonna resign
versatile.
him.
I hope so. He's a versatile, great piece for them. He's like the
He
perfect role
definitely,
playing stretch for or whatever position he is.
definitely, definitely. And he's pretty good defensively too.
Yeah, I think you dangle Gary Harris and see what you can get for him. So I think
Gary
again,
Harris.
with
Yeah.
the emergence of Grant, with Porter's emergence, with Murray finally making the leave, he
Mhm.
kind of becomes a little expendable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't really have to break the bank for him either. I
No,
think both sides, whoever they could trade him to, I think both
he's
sides.
on a pretty attractive contract, though, so he probably makes around 12 to 14 a year.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think I I know Houston's going to be in a lot of these discussions for trading and free agents. They,
Definitely, they have a lot coming up for them.
you know what? It might not be a bad idea to get Horford to Houston.
I
They
can see that
have a
working.
big. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
got a
saying?
bid. Even when he starts off the bench, he can stretch the floor like they like to play.
Yeah, yeah, and
Knock down
you're
some
not running
shots.
it D'Antoni's system, so it wouldn't be as harsh on his knees. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. Their next coaching hire is gonna say a lot about where they go forward.
yeah. Oh, they're
But
definitely getting
since
a big back, like 1 to 2.
yeah, that experiment is out of here. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Because if they had actually won the championship this year with that roster, I think that would have set back the five in terms of the big five. Oh, that would have set
Yeah,
them back horribly because a
yeah.
lot of teams would have tried to replicate that.
But then enter Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
That dude had like the easiest series of his life in those like 5 games.
he did. He did.
Shot like
That wasn't
sixty
even
percent from
tough.
the field. Yeah.
That wasn't even
Everybody was
tough,
like,
bro.
PJ Tucker was trying to slow him down, bully him. It's like, nah.
Nah, nah. That was like being defended by a chair. Like,
Pretty much.
come on, it's not happening, man.
Uh,
He was having his way.
I like to say AD made the leap against Houston at that, which makes it even more funnier. Like, I think he's been the Lakers' like best player since like the beginning of that series.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. And I was having this conversation on the sideline, guys, last night actually. Um uh One of the guys was saying that they kind of think AD would look at Chicago in the offseason. And I'm at the
I
point where
guess.
I think at the beginning of the season I could have like
Yeah.
seen it a little bit,
So I
especially
thought,
if they
cause
didn't
we
win a
didn't know,
championship.
yeah, cause we didn't know how the rest of the roster was feeling, if
Yeah,
they literally be successful. But he's having like a all time run for a power forward at this point.
bro. I don't see how he leaves LA.
It's no way.
I don't like because especially considering LeBron is
That's
I'm
his
pretty
guy.
sure yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's like LeBron is literally waiting for Bronny to get into the league so he can probably
Exactly.
team up with him wherever. Once
Exactly.
that
And AD
happens,
is 26, 27,
yeah,
prime of his career, all time playoff run,
yeah.
big market, about to
This
get
is
paid
AD's
big
team.
money. This is
Yeah,
his team
yeah,
from here on out.
yeah,
And
yeah. It
LeBron,
wouldn't make sense
I
for him to leave.
exactly. I think you can still kind of say it's Bron's team now, and even LeBron might kind of say that, but he'll be 36 next season. And so AD is slowly every game finally taking that leap over him.
Yeah, yeah,
And at this point, it's just handed down to him.
yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna see a similar situation as to what we saw in Miami, like when LeBron first went down to Miami. It was clearly
Yeah.
D Wade's team for
I
that
mean, D
first year.
Wade, for them to finally be the team that everybody needed them to be, he was like, "Bron, take it."
Take it. I think
So
that's
I
what's going to
think
end up happening.
for the rest of LeBron's career, he has to look at AD and say, "Go get it."
Yeah, yeah. I don't see how he's considered the guy after this season. LeBron, that
Yeah.
is. I don't see how
But
that
said,
is possible.
but I said LeBron is Bron.
Yeah, yeah. He's not. He hasn't. I mean, the decline in his game really isn't even glaring at this point. There was a point in time where it looked like he was slowing down for a second. Um, but I think that's because he was starting to do that thing where in the regular season he was learning to let off the gas
Yeah.
and
But I
then
think
just
this past season, where I give LeBron a lot of credit, he really like took the regular season to his advantage for the first time in like the
yeah,
past 3 or 4 years.
yeah, yeah.
Because he would
He's
have kind of, if he would have coasted with that Lakers team, they would have kind of struggled because a lot. So they had all those question marks around
hmm
who would be the third guy, what is the role players trying to give, can
hmm
AD be the guy? So from like a leadership perspective, this is probably one of his like finer seasons.
yeah. I don't disagree with that at
Both
all.
playing himself into shape, back into his MVP type form, and getting the
hmm
guys around him to buy in, and the Lakers clamped defensively too. I give them that.
They man,
I
they
cannot
have.
believe that those
Oh,
guys they swarm defensively when they really lock in.
I think the only thing I'm mad at with the Lakers right now is thinking about Kuzma getting a ring.
That's
That's like literally the only thing I'm pissed off with at this point. Like, like that doesn't even make sense to me. But
I cannot stand Kuzma, but it's whatever.
yeah, congratulations. I'm
I
pretty
said
sure
no.
we'll face off in the finals next year.
Definitely, we're gonna get there. I said, I said the other day if the Lakers will have, if LeBron and AD will have this exact same run on any other team, this would be like the coolest thing ever to watch. Like if they were
Yeah,
doing this, if they were doing everything the exact same, by like on the Rockets or something, this would be
yeah,
so great.
yeah, yeah.
But the fact they have to do it for the Lakers is like just killing me inside.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I legit had a nightmare last night seeing the Lakers get that championship. And like it just I woke up pissed because I saw Anthony Davis cheering and I saw LeBron cheering and purple and gold. Like,
Oh man, I'm gonna be sick.
bro, I
Thank
literally
God,
woke up just pissed off.
thank God I'll be at work when they're celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I would love to see the battle for 18. I was actually thinking
Yeah,
we were going to get to the finals. Truth be told, I thought we were going to get a little help from the league. Um,
me too. I was with
yeah, yeah,
it.
I wasn't complaining, yeah. But I thought we were going to see that, 10-year
David Stern would have
anniversary.
had us in the finals.
He would have, yeah. David Stern definitely would have had us dinner, yeah, no doubt. Like, but I thought 10 years after our last battle, we were going to see that for the finals this year. Um, but and that would have been poetic. That would have been very poetic.
Yeah,
But hey, they get the championship this year. And so in
they
honor of Kobe Bryant,
they earned it.
Black Mama jerseys. You do all
Yeah,
that. They definitely earned it.
next year's gonna be
But
fun
next
though.
year's a different story.
We get. I think we're gonna retool in a big way.
hmm
The Nets are gonna be healthy. That's my favorite storyline to watch this season.
I don't have any faith in Brooklyn, bro. I
I
honestly
don't
don't.
I don't either, but at the same time, betting against if KD is right, it's so hard to bet against him at this point.
Oh, I'm not
That's a
betting
big if
against
though.
them. I'm not betting against them. I'm betting against Kyrie. Like, because I know Kyrie is going to be Kyrie. Like, already hearing him say like last week that they don't have a coach. It's we're all the
Yeah,
coach. Like,
that
bro,
was a
would you?
little.
Why
That
would
was a
you
little.
say that?
I kind of get what he was saying.
I
Like when you listen to him break the whole thing down, he's saying like they have multiple guys who can kind of make the right decisions, I guess.
I
But at the
get
same
that.
time, it's like you still don't want to like belittle your coach at the
Yeah,
same time. But I don't think he was trying to do that though, so I'm not gonna harp too much on it like everybody
yeah,
else is.
yeah. It's just weird to hear it. Like, I know what he
Yeah,
was saying too. Um, I would I would wholeheartedly respect KD's leadership and
Yeah,
if he's
yeah,
going
that's
to
what
be
it's gonna
that
be.
player coach type of
Yeah.
player, I'm fine with that. Kyrie cannot be that kind of player though. Like my whole thing is Kyrie is going to end up being in his way again, and we're going to see that whole thing of the ball stop moving.
I
Like
hope. Yeah, I
beginning
can
of the
see that being
season,
a problem.
yeah, beginning of the season is going to be fun. It's going to be
Definitely.
rainbows and sunshine. But like as soon as he gets into his feelings of like I can take over,
Yeah, how they respond to that first bump in the road next
yeah,
season,
yeah,
it's going to determine a lot for them going forward.
yeah. But the East overall next year is going to be fun to
It's
watch.
going to
Like
be crazy.
you have as the Hawks are on the come up.
They're gonna
The-
get that. They're like a wing away.
yeah,
I'm glad we. I'm so glad we signed Jalen to like the early extension
bro,
because
I
like
was so pissed.
I I look and see like five teams that are like young. You just like need a good wing. It's like oof.
Yeah.
I look at the Hawks, look at the Grizzlies, and be like, oh man,
Yeah, I was so pissed at the thought that Jalen Brown could actually be going to Atlanta. Like, oh
Jalen's gonna be
man,
hitting threes and catching louds like Trey Young all that season. Oh man, that would be terrifying.
yeah, but I expect them to be good next year. Washington is going to be
John Wall, that if they hold on to Bill, I think
John
they'll be the miss.
Wall. I feel like he's going to end up having to curtail his game a little bit. He's going to lose a little bit of
Definitely.
speed for sure.
Yeah, he's
But
gonna have to play more of a half court style, maybe. I
yeah,
think he's a one of the bigger, more physical guards anyway.
for
So
sure.
maybe you work him into like the post, like how you see a lot of guards go to that mid range post area like late in their careers.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
you see him like take more advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna have to, especially if
He
Beal is gonna stay.
if yeah, I think he was a guy before he got hurt, obviously. So I
Hmm.
think maybe he takes that secondary role as more the facilitator and setup guy full time and let Bill just unleash and just score and be himself.
I don't see how he can't at this point.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So
It's one of
Bill's
those
coming
things.
off like a 30 a game season. And it's like
Phenomenal season.
you don't want to dial that talent back. You want to put him in his best spots to keep being that guy, but just take away. Say, hey, let me set you up and set these guys up, and
Right,
maybe you go out and take on. Like, let me score some points here, defend a little extra, just anything to take the edge off that
right,
type of guy.
right. I mean, if they don't trade Bertans, um,
That's another knockdown shooter for them. He's a guy I have on our radar too.
me too. I didn't want to say it because I've been saying that the whole episode, but but he's someone I would love to get to. But if they don't trade him, you have Bertans. I forget how to pronounce his name. I know I'm gonna botch this up, but like,
Rui,
yes,
Rory. Yeah, I
yes,
think he's a stud.
he's really good. Especially if he can stay healthy. I know he had that foot issue last season.
And
Um,
they have a lottery pick, right? Oh,
oh, I'm pretty sure they do.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do. I forgot where they are, but I'm pretty sure they do. But they, I think Washington's gonna be a good team to watch next year. I think Atlanta most definitely. Um,
The Pelicans gonna be an interesting one. Not in the East, but they're gonna be.
yeah. Pelicans gonna be very interesting. Um, I don't know. I think they have to see. I love them. I love them. But my boy's gotta lose some weight, bro. Like
Who's that, Zion?
he's gotta lose some weight, man. I
Yeah.
I don't see them going any further than what they really did this season
You can't. Yeah. You can't be
without.
that big, hefty, and explosive on. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna ruin his knees.
Yeah.
Like he was already walking like Charles Barkley, like at the draft. Like, come on, man. Like, I personally would love to see him have a long career, but if they can get that curtailed a little bit, and maybe bring in Horford if the price is right,
hmm
I think they
And
could
you
do
get
some
a
stuff.
then you get a legitimate coach to bring in too.
Yeah,
I
well, that's
think
gonna
that's
be
the most.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. Like who's the coach next year?
Exactly. They got to bring in somebody to really get those young guys to buy in.
Anybody
And
in
we
mind?
signed. I have no idea.
Yeah, me either.
Mike D'Antoni, he absolutely doesn't fit them. I want him to stay far away from the
Oh,
Pelicans.
I want him to stay far away from Zion.
Absolutely. We don't need Zion out there shooting
Oh
threes and
my
doing
god.
stupid stuff.
Yeah, that would be a horrible, horrible
Yeah.
addition.
Maybe they the team to look to bring in like one of the like a newbie, I guess. Maybe they're the
Maybe
team
Sam
to give
Cassell.
Sam a chance, Chauncey a chance if he really wants to coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. You know who I want to see as a coach. I don't know if he would actually do it. The Jay Williams. Jay
Does
Williams
he
to
does he
me,
does he want to coach?
I don't know. I okay. I signed up for this class of it's like varsity tutors class like a week ago, and he was breaking down how to watch basketball from an analytical perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I didn't realize that class was for K through 12. It was just something that just popped up on my Instagram feed. I said, "Oh, it's a free class." I said, "Why not? I'll take it because I do want to know how he watches the game." And he was breaking down how he watches the game, how what to look for. When players are playing the game, like are you like he's not even watching the player with the ball. He's watching the other guys that are defending, like how they're moving and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, that's a great job. But like as he was like breaking all that stuff down, I'm like what it would make complete sense for him to be a coach. It would make
Yeah.
complete sense. I love watching him break things down on ESPN. Like that's really the only reason why I even watch ESPN at this point is to watch like before like NBA countdown or something like that. I'll watch him and Jalen Rose like break down players and stuff like that. But I don't watch anything on ESPN anymore at this point.
No, me neither. That network is I can't do it.
Is yeah, but I think he would be a phenomenal uh head coach at some point in time. I don't know if he's interested
Mm-hmm.
in doing it, but the way he was describing the game, it would make complete sense, especially for someone that was a former player.
Mm-hmm.
And point guards tend to be really good coaches anyway.
Duke legend.
Duke legend, yeah, yeah. I think I would like to see him as a head coach one day. I don't know if New
Right.
Orleans would be the perfect spot for him, but maybe Houston if he decided to be a coach. I think that'd be an
Maybe.
interesting thing. Or
Yeah.
Indiana. Indiana's a team I don't know like who could be the coach there because I
I
really
have
don't.
no idea. I
I didn't
don't. Yeah,
understand
we
them.
don't know if they're gonna. We don't know if they're gonna rebuild or stay the course. I don't see why they fired the other coach. Well, I
Yeah,
can
Nate
see
McMillan was doing a phenomenal job from what I saw.
two. What was it? Two sweeps in back-to-back years, but his team was injured every year going in
And
the
it
last two
like
years.
yeah, they were poorly constructed at that point in the season, so it made no sense for them to fire him and blame him for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of vacancies around the league, a lot of interesting situations. The Knicks
Yeah.
hired Tiz. I don't know if we talked about that one. Knicks are gonna nick
Yeah, I don't expect anything from them except entertainment with the storylines. That is the only thing
com-
I expect from them.
comedy. Oh,
Yeah.
who wins the Chris Paul sweepstakes?
Ooh. See, okay. So I saw some rumors about Chris Paul going back to LA.
That's my favorite thing about him. This like point in his career that all his like ex teams could finally like use him back. Like he'd fit great on. He'd be perfect for the Clippers at this point.
Oh, for
He'd be
sure.
perfect for the Pelicans at this point.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect for the Rockets. He could go back.
It just doesn't make any sense, man. You know what? I think OKC just kind of makes sense for him right now. The way they were
But they don't.
playing this year, it just kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. I don't
But we don't
know.
know if they don't know what direction they're going in. That's why
Yeah,
Donovan left.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. They definitely overachieved this year. So
Yeah.
if they could stay that course,
And maybe make some trades. Maybe get on some free agents radars.
yeah, yeah. I mean.
They
And
got a vet in CP. Shea is a budding star.
yeah, you still have Adams.
So they
Who else
got
is there?
Gallo.
Gallows. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. I like their team. I like their team.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
like what what's his name? Um God, Dennis
Schroeder.
Schroeder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't
But
he
at
in
the same
OKC?
time, yeah. But at the same time, if they do decide to blow it, they have some interesting like trade chips at that.
They do. They have a
Because all those
lot.
guys like Gallows, Schroeder, Adams, shoot CP, those would help a lot of teams. So
Yeah. And they have a
and they
ton
have
of
a
picks.
and they have the Clippers. They own the Clippers draft picks until for like the rest of the decade, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. They could roll the dice on some guys and then just
Yeah, they could go. They could go either or.
yeah, yeah.
They could rebuild. They could be the scrappy underdogs for another season.
You
Just
know,
get
and
some guys some more experience if you didn't
yeah,
want it.
yeah. You know, another team I see that's more so just in their rebuild now is San Antonio, which I honestly
Oh, this is crazy.
I didn't even
I
think
knew
that
we
I'd
had to
ever
get.
say that.
I knew we had to get here at some point, but this is like my whole life. They've been just right there.
They've been contending as long as I've been watching basketball, so it doesn't it this
Fast.
is weird. This is weird to see them in this position, man. I don't know. Like, does Pop retire? Like,
Pop, he's on the way out the door. I think.
you think
I
so?
think he has maybe. I give him maybe two.
I
Cause
I almost like
they
thought
just
this year was gonna be his last year.
yeah they just brought Tim in as the assistant, so you can kind of see where that's trending up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I still need to see how he does as a coach.
I
I
think
know
he'll
that
be a good coach.
I think he will. I think that
I
one
think,
game he coached, he got a W. Yeah.
and the thing about him is he has that presence where it's like you can't be like who coach think he is because that's Tim Duncan.
Yeah. I won 5 rings, bro. Like, what are you gonna
Like
say?
you can look at a like that's a top 5 to 10 player ever. So like
Oh,
you can kind of
easily.
look at some coaches and be like who he think he is. He ain't never been this or whatever. But you look at Tim, you're like you ain't not. Nah, that's Tim.
Yeah.
You gotta let that rock a little bit.
And he won where Kobe Bryant was still playing in
Beat
the league.
Kobe and Shaq like by
Yeah,
himself that one year.
bro. He was playing against some
It
dominant
was
forces.
like all first team at like 35, giving Bron and them the fits in the finals. Gave KD and them the fits on the. So it's like
Yeah,
that's crazy.
he's battled some
If
of
a
the
guy like that
really he's battled the greats of every decade that he played
in one
and won. I didn't even think about it like
and
that.
beat everybody.
Yeah.
He got Curry and them, or he got the Warriors out there early on
Yeah, yeah. I'm man.
when they first started to make the jump. He got Chris Paul and them out there a couple of years.
Man, that was the craziest series. That one made no sense. Like, I think they lost that
Was that the
one.
2015 one
I
where
think
they lost at
so.
7?
Yeah, and it was like off
That's the one with,
a bank shot. Like,
off that crazy bank floater at the last like 10 seconds.
I don't even. I felt so bad for the Clippers that year, man, because that seemed to be the year. That seemed to be the year that they were
That was
really
the
gonna take it. That was just it.
yeah.
That
Things
was
happen.
it. Yeah.
Those days you get things happen.
Yep.
Oh man, but let's talk about the finals a little bit before we get out of here.
Yeah.
So Lakers, Bron, ring number 4. So I don't think this changes where we have like LeBron at all time clearly because at this point he's cemented.
He cemented his spot to me when they got the ring in Cleveland. Like, I
Yeah,
don't even know where the questions are at this point. I
pretty
know
much.
for me personally, I don't have him as the GOAT,
Yeah,
but
nah. I
and
think
people get mad.
as far as his generation goes,
Oh,
is
easily.
he's a no brainer.
Yeah, easily the best of the generation.
Yeah,
But
but at this point in his career, if you don't have him as the goat or the best ever, he's just not going to be there for you. So
yeah, I and to me there were other reasons. I know people talk about the 3-6 in the finals. You know,
Yeah, which that's valid.
I bring that up like toward the tail end of my argument. I just there's just certain things that I just I just personally I can't put him there as the GOAT. Now, one of the GOATs for sure, for sure,
Absolutely.
for sure. But I'm not putting him. Someone was asking me last week about him being in my top three. I said, I don't know. I gotta sit and write my top five out. But
I think I got him in my top. He's in my top five. I have him like my top three. I'm not gonna lie, which I
I
think
don't.
is kind
I'm
of
not
fair.
mad. I'm not mad at it. I just
Maybe
for
it's recent.
me, there's the other reasons why
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't put him there. But
yeah.
it's
But
based
as
off
far as just
position and stuff, and finals. Like we were just talking about with Tim Duncan. Like getting to the finals was a battle for him.
yeah,
Can I really say that about LeBron? In the East,
he had some bad toes,
he has some
like
battles, but
singular
it wasn't.
series, but
Yeah,
as in the whole grind, he never really had the super tough route.
yeah. But I mean, like all in all, much respect because getting to
Yeah,
the West, bringing the Lakers back into championship form
at his
at
age,
his age, and
when
he's
we
still
keep
playing.
we we keep thinking he's gonna slow down, but every time I look at him, he keeps like playing himself back in the just
It,
the best shape.
it's almost like he's got a clone. He's got multiple clones out there, just
Yeah,
waiting in the
exactly.
laboratory
It's like
when
it's
the
so funny.
season go out.
Cause some games he'll looks like so sluggish and like his mobility is just wearing off, and then
Yeah,
he'll like maybe go take a breather, then he'll go like a 5 minute spurt where he's dunking, getting
yeah.
back on defense, making all these passes, these hard layups, and it's like, bro, please
Slow down.
stop. But you
Yeah,
just like it's like give it a rest, please.
yeah. But I mean, you talk about his longevity. I mean, he's
Yeah,
last year was like the first year he actually had a serious injury. Like
exactly. And he's
that's
gonna
phenomenal.
he he's gonna be a 20-year guy, so you gotta
Oh
salute
yeah,
that when it
easily,
comes.
easily. Like I said earlier, I think he's just waiting for Bronny to get into the league before he retires
Yeah,
because
pretty much.
he wants that you
He
know
wants to. He wants at
that
least one. He wants to
recognition.
be the Ken Griffey type joint.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
1 year in the league for the son.
yeah. You just go play, play wherever your son is. I'm pretty sure, like Bronny could get drafted to like Portland or something like that. LeBron is
And
gone.
Brown will take the 1 year waiver.
Yeah, yeah,
Like yeah,
and then
hold it down. Hold it
yeah.
down, AD.
Yeah, man. But I mean, much respect.
Yeah.
They're gonna get 17. Whether that's
Yeah.
Friday or
Again.
that's what
Yeah.
Sunday.
hmm
Yeah.
And I gotta chalk it up to AD. I've been his biggest critic for like the last year or so. I've been calling him a quitter, a soft, a punk, all kinds of things, and he's that guy.
Man, I like.
And you have the people who are gonna say, well, he had to go team up with LeBron. It's like, but did you expect him to waste all that talent
I
sitting in the
didn't.
Pelicans?
Yeah.
And it's like Drew Holiday is a good player, but he's not a tier 2 or 3 guy you need to go win a title.
Yeah.
Then they had all those. The front office wasn't up to par. The coaching staff. So like, you can't
Yeah.
be mad at him for finally going out there and getting it. Again, it
Yeah.
sucks because he's on the Lakers, and it sucks because he's beside LeBron. But but like he's having
Yeah.
an all-time player front though.
He
I think
is.
he's shooting
He
like
is.
50% from three and the field in the finals.
Yeah. He's doing a
And
phenomenal job, man.
he had that he was the difference against Denver.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, for
That
sure.
that game winner in game two. If they don't win that game, that whole series looks different to us.
It definitely does. Yeah. I mean, much respect. Much respect. And
He
Rondo, shout out to
dominated
Rondo.
everybody put in front of him. Salute
Yeah.
Rondo.
Shout out to Rondo, man.
That's my guy from the jump.
I mean, to get banner 17 for the Celtics and now 17 for the Lakers, that's
Yeah. So
phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
if there's one person I'm happy for him. Especially
I'm
he
happy
had
for.
all the narratives on him the last years. He's a bad teammate. He doesn't
Yeah.
try. He's lazy. He's
Yeah.
wise. Then he
Yeah.
shows up like mid playoff run and has these games. I don't know where he's making all the right plays. You might go and hit like a couple threes here.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Avery Bradley, man. Like I'm glad that we've got some former Celtics
Yeah, Avery
that
gets
are
the ring from the he gets the ring from the crib.
yeah, just yeah.
Shout out Dwight too. He really,
Bro, resurrected his career.
yeah, he been put through the ringer since those days in Houston. He's
Shoot,
been kind of
probably since Orlando.
yeah,
Once he got traded to LA, like
yeah. That wasn't what he had in mind when he got there.
no, not
He's
at all.
kind of did a lot of restructuring on his image and career the last 7, 8 years or so.
Yeah. I mean,
So to see
I don't know
him,
if he stays there. That's one thing cuz you have DeMarcus Cousins that's also out there.
yeah, I think he wants to come back next
He's on
season.
that roster. So like does Boogie stay or does Dwight stay?
That's a good question, but I think if they offer Boogie back, he'll come back.
Yeah.
It's just what
So
Dwight wants to do.
I'll take Dwight.
Of course you will.
Whoever
I think
doesn't stay, I'll take it. Like I'm fine
yeah.
with it.
I said Dwight is even though he's watching, he's a clear Hall of Fame talent.
He was,
One of
bro.
the best defenders we've ever seen at his position.
I think people forget just because of not only how many teams he's been on in the last 5 years, but because after that surgery when he went to LA and he still was averaging like a double that year.
Yeah, he went to Houston. His last All Star season, I think, was that first year in Houston or that second year in Houston.
I think so. Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
everyone forgets just how great of a player he
great.
was.
Dwight was
And
crazy.
he's reminding everyone like
Yeah,
he still has that ability. You're
and
not
people knocked him saying his offense never really got where it needed to be, like in terms of like just having post moves and stuff.
yeah,
But defensively and just off ball, that guy was a menace.
he's a beast, man. And
So when then you compare him to like the likes of Rudy Gobert, stop it.
I don't, bro.
Dwight was
When
probably like the second biggest, like the second most imposing athlete during his
yeah,
prime after LeBron.
yeah,
Like
and
those two for a little while were just like on a whole another tier physically than like everybody else.
for sure. And one thing I'll say is that like Rudy Gobert is he's really
He's
good.
good
He's
at what he
really good.
does.
Yeah, really good. But if you're asking who I'm taking, healthy prime, it's no
No,
question.
no question.
No question. People need to stop sleeping on Dwight Howard. Pay that man his
Yeah,
respect. He is
pay him
definitely
his
a Hall of
due.
Famer.
Hall of like
I think he's a first
personality.
ballot.
He might
I think he's
personality
first
quirks
ballot.
aside.
Yeah, man. I like him, man. And JaVale
Yeah.
McGee, shout out to him.
Shout out JaVale. I always like JaVale. He's a
Me too.
clown, but
Yeah,
Chase KCP did it. He did a bid last season.
bro. Yeah.
Came back this season, scooped up the ring. Them bitch. He the one that closed out last game actually.
Yeah. Look, bro. Honestly, again, the only one I'm really pissed about is getting a ring is Kuzma. That's literally. I'm
Yeah,
not mad at anyone else getting that ring.
Kuzma's the
Like
only one I'm
Jared
not happy
Dudley.
for.
Yeah. I'm happy for Jared Dudley. I'm not really happy for Kuzma, man. Like it's just
Yeah,
something about him just rubs me the wrong way.
Danny Green finessed his way into another ring.
Back to back years of ring.
After being like horrible all year and like just steadily declining, he somehow found his way into another ring.
What is this ring for him?
3.
3. He
Yeah.
won one with San Antonio.
Well, yeah, San
One.
Antonio, the Raptors.
I don't know why I was thinking he had 2 with San Antonio. Okay. Yeah, nah, man.
Right.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
You gotta respect the Lakers, man. Respect them.
It sucks, but salute to those guys.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
We're taking the crown back next year, though.
Absolutely. Here we're coming.
We're coming for it. So battle
They
of
don't
18.
fast. We're gonna get the Nets out of here on our way to the finals. Get the Raptors out of there. We don't see them.
Milwaukee won't even be in the conversation.
Oh, that's not the thing. We talked about this last time. Has your Giannis stance changed since then?
I forgot what I said.
Does he? I don't remember. Does he stay put? Does he request a trade?
he just comes across as someone to me that's just going to end up staying. But if he stays, guaranteed, especially as currently constructed, that team is not going anywhere further than the second
No,
round at
they're the
all.
team. They're one of the teams that needs Chris Paul too.
They definitely need Chris Paul. If they could figure out a way to move
You swing
whoever.
Bledsoe and some filler, and you see if you get CP in there.
Yeah, but then that messes up their depth, you
Yeah,
know.
but at this point, you have like this. They finally have a real 1 year window if Giannis does decide to stay to sell him on being a real contender. Just sell
Yeah.
him that you're gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah. You think Lopez brothers stay?
Um, unless there's an upgrade, they're probably still there. If you can absolutely swing Brook for some better pieces, then he's out of there too.
Yeah. 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 I don't even know
Man,
what
you
their contracts
slide,
look like.
man, you slide Giannis down to that center position full time next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. And who would have thought that the first Tentacumpo to get a ring would
His
not be
brother,
Giannis?
right?
It's hilarious.
And Keith beat Moot Touring.
Yeah, yeah, that is wild. That is wild. But I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm happy
Yeah.
for him.
And where do the Heat go after this season?
really just stand pat. I don't. It's not. It doesn't make any sense to trade
Because
anybody.
yeah, because they have max cap space, but this year class isn't the big free agent class. That'll be next year when they're trying to vie for Giannis and whoever else is out there.
Yeah, yeah. I think just stand pat. That
So
team.
I think they go in for another 1 year window. They go all out on some short deals. So
Hmm.
they have to pay because it's either they have to pay Bam the max too. And that's not a question at this point.
Yeah, not at all.
So if you give him the early extension, that doesn't kick in until next year.
Hmm.
So again you go in for that 1 year window and still keep some space open, and they're gonna be here for a while though.
Where do you think Carmelo's going?
I think he stays in Portland.
I think he does too.
I
And
think
it'd
that's
be
his home.
smart for them too. It'd be smart for them
Yeah,
to keep him. I think he did a phenomenal
definitely.
job out there for them in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, definitely. So I
Absolutely.
think leaves and there's a lot of young talent coming, like making his name in these playoffs is my
Yeah.
favorite part.
Yeah.
I said Tatum, Murray, Bam, Porter,
Hero.
Hero. Uh, shoot, even Jalen had his big moments all
Yes,
throughout
sir.
and Siakam, I'm a little soured on him. No, but OG is my guy though.
OG. OG
That
is cold
that dude is
blooded.
cold on both
That
ends of that.
yeah, yeah.
He's gonna be like perennial all defense for like the rest of his career.
I'm pretty sure he will be. I mean, dude is
Yeah,
just phenomenal. He's
because the way
phenomenal.
he was like single handedly switching everything against us.
Oh
If
man.
he got caught on Tatum, he hounded Tatum and denied him. He
Yeah.
took Kimba out the game. He took
Yeah.
Jalen out for some stretches. Like anybody, they just threw him in front of. They let him play on small ball center in some lineups, and that was their
Yeah.
most effective. Like that dude is crazy.
He's phenomenal. I enjoy watching him play.
Uh,
I don't man, who are the other younger guys? Um I think
Donovan Mitchell.
Luca was Luca.
We we knew Luca was him.
Yeah, yeah. Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I think so. I will say this though. Portland showed me a lot of stuff about them this year.
They got a lot of heart.
They definitely have a lot of heart.
They got a Jim and Gary Trent.
Yeah, man, bro. Before the playoffs, I didn't know who the hell he was.
I didn't know he was that. I knew he went. I think he
I
went to Duke. I didn't. That's all I knew about him.
I knew nothing about. I didn't even know he was in the league. I know him
That dude
now.
is a
He,
sniper.
yeah, yeah. Bro, there's been a lot of this these playoffs to me have are these the best playoffs we've seen both conferences?
In a couple years, we had some down playoffs last few years. I think the bubble was pretty exciting.
Yeah, this
The
was
first round, the first round was kind of boring.
first.
I saw
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
but we
Like
had some great second round matchups. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like second on, it got like it just ramped up in intensity.
Celtics Raptors a classic series
That was
for both of
instant
those
classic.
teams.
Yeah, instant classic. I enjoyed watching that. I even
Yeah,
if we had lost that series, that's like to me. I'm I like
yeah.
they were just neck and neck.
They played some incredible defense for both of
They
those
really
teams.
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. These playoffs have been very, very.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
You got the Warriors coming back next season. Steph and Clay.
I'm
They
happy,
been
man.
watching. They've been
Yeah,
watching.
I'm happy. I'm happy. You know, because
They see what the Lakers doing right now. They watching.
yeah, that's I think that's partly why I'm happy is because good they can slow them down from 18. You know,
Exactly.
so
They
yeah,
gonna come. They gonna retool next year. They got what the second or third pick this year.
yeah. I think it's a second one, but I don't even
So
know who
they
they
either
picked to add.
yeah, I don't know if they use it or swing it in a trade for somebody, but either way, they're gonna be right in the thick of things next year.
Oh, they don't have any
Absolutely.
issues. They don't have any. They
No.
really the only thing they need is a big.
Yeah.
That's
Mo-
literally the only thing they really need is a traditional big.
Once they play themselves back in the shade, maybe they can unlock something in Andrew Wiggins and just make him
Yeah.
serviceable.
Hey, I'll trade them with
On
Vincent Poirier. Well, whoever is on that team.
ain't it?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean,
It's
actually,
a
I think Draymond could. I don't know. Can you see Draymond on the move?
for certain he makes a lot of money. He
Yeah,
just starts a new contract this year, so I think he makes like 20 mil a year.
yeah. I don't think they're gonna do an
I don't
actual
think they
reset, but
yeah, they're gonna retool around it. I know like say loyalty in sports is a little overblown,
hmm
but for the most part, unless something like blows up in their face, I think they kind of owe it to those three to give them at least one more shot together.
me too. Me too. No,
Yeah,
I love seeing them play in
even
general.
though Draymond is like a clutch employee at this point, is on TV like raving about
Bro,
LeBron every week for some reason.
I don't know why he's been sticking up for LeBron like that. I
Every
mean,
t-
I know he's a part of the clutch, but
like every time we see Draymond, he's just talking about LeBron. At this point, it's like, bro, please
give it a
have
break.
have, have some pride.
Between him and Perkins, and I don't know why Perkins, like I love Kendrick Perkins, but since he like started working with ESPN, it's been ah, it's
Perch
been
is funny, man.
annoying. It's
He's
been
killing me.
annoying. I'm about to stop. I'm about to unfollow him.
It's like he's on like the NBC Boston broadcast. He's fine. He's like super cool, but then he just the ESPN is just like screaming about, about LeBron or yelling at Kyrie or something.
Yeah, or saying something about KD. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
but Draymond, I'm looking forward to seeing him as a commentator because I mean,
yeah. Well, his career is over. He has a job in media, like right there
easily,
waiting for him.
easily, yeah,
Him on Inside the NBA is probably like the best highlight they've had like all year long.
I think
Cause the
so.
other guys, cause the other guys are kind of like growing stale on me a little bit.
Mainly Chuck. I like everyone.
Mainly to
If
him
they
and Shaq
can,
are killing me a little bit.
bro, if they can move on
But
from Chuck, I'm fine with
yeah,
that. Like, I don't even care if they go and get KG. Just move Chuck out the way. Bring
yeah,
someone else in that spot.
cause Draymond was actually on there like analyzing games and breaking down stuff and giving real
Like being an
insight and
analyst, right?
yeah, and Chuck is just there making like bold predictions and calling guys soft and punks
I need
and
him
yelling
gone.
about this.
His guarantees have been killing me, bro. And when he said he
That's
guaranteed the Celtics in the finals,
he's
oh
always
my
wrong.
god, bro.
It's like pack it
I wanted to
in.
slap. I already knew we were done at that point. Like that was just it, man. Oh man.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, overall it's been a fun season though. The off season, I think they're saying next season gonna start back in January at the earliest, which makes sense.
Makes sense. I know they're talking about doing a full season. We talked about it before. I don't know how you do that without
Yeah,
placing like at minimum 4 bubbles.
exactly. And they
Uh,
say they said they're gonna go no fans once again, most likely.
which I'm actually, bro. I love being in the stands and watching. just basketball. Like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if they decided to move to this format permanently.
Oh man, that's a lot of money lost. Though, so I
It's a
can't
lot
see
of
that
money
happen.
lost. That's why it's not happening at all.
Yeah, those stadiums don't pay for themselves.
Yeah, it's not happening. But I wouldn't be mad, even if this was like a summer league thing. Like if the
Yeah,
league decided to set up their own space and do that for the summer league. Even specific games. If they wanted to do that like that, I'd be fine with it. I'd be
yeah,
fine with it because I like that neutral site type of feeling. It really makes
yeah.
you.
I said like earlier. I think I said like maybe a year or two ago that they should invest in like if they do a mid-season tournament or something,
Yeah,
they should do like a couple of games at like a neutral site, but still. But this one, like, of course, they can still have the fans there.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe go to Vegas for like a week or so and tell you how some teams that win there, and those games still count on the schedule, of course.
For sure, for sure.
But just like spice up the season a little bit.
Yeah, I especially when you have teams that have no shot at making the playoffs.
Exactly.
I
Like
like
have a
I
set
like
up a site and just fly every team in there at least for like maybe one point in the season.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I
Get
think
some of those fans in the non-basketball markets some games if possible.
what would be interesting, especially since Seattle's not having a team move there anytime soon. Why not just set
Yeah,
it up in Seattle?
that's
Why not? Like you set
get
it up
back.
there, you get that hunger built up again,
They
and
love hoops in
buzz.
Seattle too.
They really do. So you
Like
do that,
that WNBA games be like pretty packed out for the most part.
bro. Like, and the fact that
Back when they had
this,
fans.
yeah, and the fact that Seattle just won the WNBA championship, like I know they were going crazy. Like it's
Definitely,
Seattle. I think that would make the most sense. Neutral
definitely.
site, you get a lot of buzz for the area. The Clippers
Hmm.
could maybe move their team there, because LA ain't the spot. Um,
Clippers, Kings,
Kings, yeah,
some yeah.
someone. Even if the Thunder decided to move back there, which I don't know if they would, but that would be intriguing.
Yeah.
You know,
Relocating just sucks in general because those fans in that area become so invested.
yeah, yeah,
Like I know if we had a team around here and we lost a team, I'd be like devastated. Not
bro.
even just like as a fan of that team, but just as a fan of like basketball in general.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what Georgia would do if the Hawks ended up relocating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know what would happen because these fans down here are crazy. They,
Especially like in the city like Memphis where it's really well that's their only pro team at that.
yeah, they have to be Titans fans just because they're in the state, but like,
Yeah,
yeah, that is horrible. I, I
exactly.
I don't know. Seattle would be a great spot though. That would be a great spot for a relocating team.
Definitely.
But if
And
they
like
wanted to do a neutral site just for now until then, just do that.
uh, work it out.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
and speaking of Seattle, shout out to the Storm, WNBA champs.
yeah, yeah.
Lou
Phenomenal.
Bird, the legend. Brianna Stewart gonna be the GOAT one day.
Yeah, man. Like
Dude,
she's
she's crazy.
crazy.
She's like female KD.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I love them, man. I
Yeah,
want to see the WNBA expand in terms of their
absolutely. They
teams
they
so we
need
can
at least
have a
like
bigger season.
they need like six more teams at least.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Give Houston back a team, put a team in. Does Florida already have one? If not, give them a
That's what I
team.
was about to say. I don't even know if Florida has one.
I think you should give Boston a team.
Boston definitely needs to have a
Yeah,
WNBA team. Yeah.
maybe see if you can stick one in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It just makes sense. Maybe even Vegas.
Definitely, that's the side.
Maybe just I mean there needs to be I want to see them expand their teams so we can have a longer season, so we can have longer playoffs. Like
Yeah,
those women kill it, man. They
and
kill
their
it.
playoffs are actually fun too.
They are really fun. I enjoy their playoffs. I just enjoy
Yeah,
their games. Like it's basketball. Like I
that's
enjoy
hoops.
watching it, yeah, but seeing them kill it, yeah.
Fast. It's weird because you look at the women's college games. Do you ever watch like women's college basketball? Their stands be packed out at that too.
Yeah, especially UConn.
Yeah, so it's like there's an invested interest somewhere in women's basketball by fans. You
Oh
just
yeah.
have to tap into it.
Yeah. I think we're gonna end up covering it extensively with OTS next season.
I'm not mad at it.
I think we're gonna have to. I just have to find some guys that I really need to find some women to run that.
Yeah, there's a little girl in my area who's like on I think she'd be on like what 10th grade this season. She has like a bunch of like 5-star offers like already. She's like
Really?
a super prodigy at this point. Yeah, she goes to my high school.
Oh, you need to bring her on
Yeah, my
the
friends
interviewer.
my couple my friends hooped with her a couple times too.
Really? Bring
Yeah,
her on. Let's interview her, man. Let's
yeah,
interview.
definitely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm gonna try to set that up in the future. See if I can
Yeah.
like reach out. To
Yeah,
think
for
she's like
sure.
maybe like she's on but like 15 that has offers from Arizona, the Kentuckys and stuff of the world already. I think she's like a 4-star prospect
That's
going
crazy.
into her sophomore year of high school.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get her on the show,
I'm gonna
man.
see if I
That'd
can
be
set that
fun.
out. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But all right, brother. But it's been a good show. Appreciate you.
Oh, for sure, bro. For sure. Anytime, man.
Definitely.
We're gonna definitely have to talk after the Lakers win.
Yeah, sadly.
I hate saying that, man. God knows I hate saying that. They're gonna actually win.
Right.
Oh my god.
It's whatever though. We'll be back to talk draft, free agency, and stuff like that in the coming
For
weeks.
sure. For sure.
See if I can get another guest on here pretty soon. I got some guys lined up who said they'd come on, so
Bet. Bet.
definitely. But I appreciate you, brother. Until
All right,
next
bro.
time.
Yes, sir.